I'm Jacques, owner of Exit Realty. Could hiring me to sell your home result in a sale 94 days sooner, saving you over 3 months of agony as well as $4,000? Let's go to the local MLS website and take a look at the statistics. Looking at the past 2-year average in the county, properties that sell are on the market for an average of 208 days, or almost 7 months. For the same area and time frame, the properties that I sell are on average marketing time of only 114 days, or just under 4 months, roughly 3 months less. You finally made the decision to sell your home, and you have a good idea how much money you need out of the sale. You even have an expectation of how long it's going to take, 2 to 3 months, right? Maybe your job's the reason you've decided to move, or you want to downsize into a more manageable home. Perhaps you're interested in taking advantage of this market and moving up. For most sellers, it usually doesn't sink in right away that selling a home is a tedious, stressful process. You need to keep the home in what I like to call Q-tip clean condition at all times. Every day before you leave in the morning, you need to wash up the dishes for breakfast and make the beds, even on the mornings when you're running late or you just don't feel like it. You never know if today will be the day that buyer wants to see your home, and you're probably not going to have an opportunity to leave work and freshen up the house before a showing. Unfortunately, most showings just don't give us more than a few hours notice. And in this market, you just can't afford to put off a buyer for a later date. If they aren't able to see it today, chances are good they'll never get to see it. Maybe your kids need to start the new school on time, or perhaps you need to start that new job on time. I have actually had spouses separated for extended periods of time for these very reasons. I only mention this to describe the stress and agony involved with the time it takes to get the job done. I desire you to be well educated on the realities of selling a home as well as the realities of this market. And then there's the money. Initially, most sellers are more interested in getting their price than how long it takes to sell. They usually don't even think of the expenses associated with the carrying costs. However, these expenses become increasingly bothersome once they've made the decision mentally to move on. For example, if your property is in the $250,000 range, selling 3 months faster is the same as putting almost $4,000 in your pocket. Selling for the highest possible price in a reasonable amount of time is somewhat of a balancing act. If your home sells in 3 days, then it's easy to think you left some equity on the table. If it takes 12 to 18 months, then the carrying costs and stress are going to eat you alive. Not to mention that your listing will be considered stale by the market and could take several price reductions, resulting in an even lower price than what a fresh listing could result in. In my experience with this market, the optimum time frame is between 80 and 120 days. Home buyers are not typically impulsive or even emotional in this market, so it does take a little time to sell a home. This isn't an everyday item we're talking about. I take all aspects of selling your home very serious, from the conventional and internet marketing, from staging to the pricing strategy. I desire to make your move as pleasant as possible with the least amount of stress while protecting your hard-earned equity. How important is it to you to move forward with your dreams 3 months sooner? And what could you do with an extra $4,000 in your pocket?